Good afternoon, Lyme and chronic illness friends out there. As you can see, I'm not laying in bed this time. I feel a little bit better today. I last evening I just rested pretty much all day yesterday into the evening, and during the night I think that sinus pressure that I had finally broke loose and started coming down. So I was sneezing a lot and coughing more because of that. So, um, because of that, and I think I explained yesterday I wear a CPAP mask for sleep apnea. That, didn't make for the best night's sleep ever. But I think I got to sleep around 11:30 or so, which is early for me these days. It's usually midnight or later, and I woke up a lot, and bathroom trips and washing my throat out with water and blowing my nose and, getting vertical so I could try to cough stuff up and TMI here in some of this. But, so that's the other thing that, I managed to get a half decent night's sleep. I didn't roll out of bed for good until, oh gosh, I don't know, it was about 10 o'clock or so. So, not 10 hours of sleep by any means, but I got some good rest, and this finally broke loose, and I got rid of that pain, and my chest feels a lot better. That's not completely gone, but that's feeling better. Like I said, a little TMI here, but uh, my nose started running a lot, like a lot, which was a good thing because it wasn't all backed up in there, creating pressure and pain. So, blowing my nose a lot. That's probably red, and also was coughing up some stuff, which is good. Better, I think, better to cough it out than to have it in there. And my throat's a little scratchy, but I think it's just from all the coughing because I really didn't have any like throat, issues or sore throat, no razor throat or anything with all of this. It was up in my sinuses and down in my lungs, which is, I don't know, kind of weird maybe, but a lot of vitamin C, a lot of like I know I take a lot of herbal stuff, and so basically, yesterday and today I've been doing a lot of herbal stuff, and one thing I take is called Biden's tincture. I don't know if you can see that. That's just a bottle I reused, but because I make my own. But that one's really good for a lot of things to do with inflammations of any mucous membranes in your whole body from here to the other end. um, and another thing, that's kind of part of Bruner's protocol that I do. So anytime I have anything like this going on, I immediately start taking a lot of that. Another thing I take, this is just a bottle that's, I mix, I can't remember if I mentioned that in my video yesterday or not. I mix echinacea, and this is the strong echinacea, not regular echinacea, and tincture and licorice tincture and red root tincture. So equal parts of each, and then every hour I just take, a dropper of it and squirt it down the back of my throat. And oh, funny story about the echinacea tincture. So just reminded me of that, but I'll say it here anyhow. When I make my tinctures, especially if it's the first time I made a particular herb, I'll always be curious, like what it tastes like, how nasty does this stuff taste or what. So when the first drippings are coming out of the bottom of the percolation thing, and I'll show you that whole process sometime. When the first bit starts coming out, a lot of times I'll just take a little bit and put it in my mouth and swish it back and to see what it tastes like. Well, what happens is the first part that starts dripping out is the strongest, because it's gone down through the herbs and it's the strongest initially, and then it all mixes together as you do the thing. So that's the strongest part. So what happened was when I put several drops of echinacea tincture in my mouth, my whole mouth turned numb for about an hour or two. I was getting worried. So it was just funny, that happened. And that's an interesting thing because that stuff really, I would, even though I don't have much of the throat thing going on, that stuff would be awesome for sore throats. And so I've been doing that. And another thing I've been doing is, I don't know, I think Jen does this also. I can't remember. You just, fill it up with distilled water and warm it up a little bit and put this special powder. It's some kind of, I don't even know what all's in it, some kind of salts. And, you basically squirt it in one nostril, maybe lean over the sink when you're doing it. And, you squirt it twice through each nostril. So you go back and forth, and you know, wait till it comes out the other side, and it kind of flushes your sinuses out. You know, and it kind of, you know, you feel not burning so much, but you know, you know, you can, you know, feel it. It's like salt, you know, doing something. So, you know, and obviously, I've been doing, you know, a lot of liquids, and so yeah, feeling, you know, not out of the woods by any means, but feeling a lot better today. And I'm actually going to go to the grocery store here and get a few things. I think I'm feeling up to that. So I finally got with it and got a shower, and so I just figured I'd, you know, give you all that update, and you know, thank you all for, you know, your comments and your prayers and everything. I appreciate it. So I'll talk to you soon.